Hello and welcome everyone. Today I was invited by Colorfit to do some streaming for the Cossacks tournament, and this is, I think, is the 6th GT tournament that Colorfit is hosting, so I hope to see some interesting games. And we're here in the lobby waiting for some players. Meanwhile, I can take a look what kind of rules we have and what we are gonna do today. It seems like we are gonna play some sort of elimination, and I have not been playing Cossacks for ages. Just yesterday I launched up the game and played a few matches with bots. Won all of them, but I was playing with just hard, not even very hard bots, so it's pretty pathetic. Still, it is nice to go back to the game and see what we have in here. Anyway, I am not streaming games very often, thus if there is a problem with audio or video quality, please let me know and I will try to adjust it on the go. Good luck, my Polish friends. We see all the familiar faces, Bepa or Vera, Serb, Volos, and of course the great T Colorfit. Meanwhile, I need to figure out how I can put things together so I can see the rules at the same as I can see the game. Probably the screen is gonna flicker a little bit because I'm going to drag the windows out here. Okay, so what we have here is that we are playing on a single continent. I can actually open the settings over here and take a look at everything here. So we have default balloons, default cannons. It means that you can actually create cannons. No peacetime, nice. 18th century default option and artillery capture only. This means that it is not possible to capture enemy buildings. You can only capture the artillery. Deep center and market is available, so you can hire mercenaries and trade on the market. We have nearby allies, no limitations for the population, and very fast game speed. And the advisor is disabled, which is nice because as far as I remember, the advisor was completely bugged. And for this time, we have some players which are gonna play together. I think there will be 4 games, and this one is gonna be played between Ukraine and Denmark. I'm not sure if every game will be between Ukraine and Denmark, but this one seems to be. Hello, hello. Please let me know if there is a problem with the sound. And привіт, вітаю. So, Colorfit, I'm ready. If you are ready, get the game. I am spectator. We just need Stallman to pick the team side, and I think he's gonna play with Bepa or Vera, depends on which language you use to read his nickname or her nickname. Not sure if it's a girl or a boy. So we have count event select team. What a noob. Well, you don't know. Maybe he wants to play solo and defeat everyone. Or maybe he's just away from the keyboard, which would be pretty annoying. So good luck everyone, the game is starting and we are waiting for the first match. Не знав, що Colorfit українець. I am not Colorfit. I am Konst. I have my own YouTube channel about computer hardware, and today I'm just streaming on Colorfit's channel because Colorfit is hosting the 6th GT tournament, and I like Cossacks game, and I thought why not. Also, Battlefield 2042 was such a disappointment, so I went back to play Cossacks, and now Colorfit is making this tournament. I'm just having fun here. Okay, so here we are, and we can see that Stallman is playing as Ukraine and Volos is playing as Denmark. They are pretty close to each other, and we can see that this giant chunk of continent is empty, while over here we have Bepa and together staying with Serb. So Denmark is going against Denmark, and then Ukraine is a bit further apart on both sides. So not sure if it is good or bad. Maybe Ukraine will have time to bump up the Serdukes, but maybe it is also pointless because they're playing millions. You can see there is tons of resources. So here it will be a market race. whomever is gonna build the market first and trade resources correctly is probably gonna win the game. So the game starts, and we can see that these ones are building 2 city halls straight away, while Bepa is building only 1 city hall or town hall, or town center, whatever you call it. On the other hand, Stalman is building 3 of them straight away, and also building a blacksmith. Nice. And these ones are also building 3-1. Let me see if I can reduce zoom. No, I'm not Scottish. I could definitely take over Colorfit stream. Thanks. Well, I'm not here to take over Colorfit stream. I'm here to just do some streaming and have some fun and maybe drink some beer, or how we say it in Sweden, öl. So we see that Serb is having some issues with controlling his peasants. For example, this peasant is not building, and this we are lagging a little bit as well. While Bepa, I remember, was a really nice player. I'm not sure if he has still his skills, but we see that he's already sending hetmans. Those are very powerful units, but they are not very effective against Ukrainian peasants, because Ukrainian peasant can give you such a warm welcome that even hetman will die. And we see that Bepa is immediately sending his units for some sort of discovery of the enemies. The same is done by Stalman, but Stalman is taking another tactics. He's taking the Sich Cossack, or how we say it in Ukraine, Sichovy Cossack. And what's happening here on the Denmark side? We see that Bepa is trying to protect Serb from the immediate invasion, while Volos seems to be completely helpless here, and those hetmans are going to they are going to completely ruin this entire population, because there is no one to defend them. And one hetman can basically wipe up a whole population of peasants. But we see that Stalman is trying to help with his siege Cossacks, which are pretty much useless against hetmans, because hetmans have a lot of power. Let me see if I can change teams. Yes, I think I can change teams. Okay, so to get to Bepa, I need... Yeah, we can see here that hetmans have 105 damage. This is very, very much. So it seems like the game is either already over or almost over. It is also important to remember that they are playing with no capture. So even if entire base will be wiped out, but the buildings will remain, there is still a chance that the player will go back. Anyway, here we see that Stalman is trying to harass the enemy dragoons with his siege Cossacks, because the siege Cossacks are useless against hetmans, but hetmans are just wiping out all of the siege Cossacks. And now the fight is going on to the Stalman's territory. Seems like it was a very quick and easy win for Bepa, because unfortunately Volos was pretty much useless. But might be a bit too early to say. We see that Stalman is trying to defend his base, at least somehow. Let's switch to his academy and see what he has researched in the academy. He's just searching for the balloon now, so he does not yet see the entire map. And now he shall be able to see the entire map. We see that he has got all the upgrades, and yes, they are surrendering. Stalman and Volos are surrendering because, well, resistance is pointless in here. But it is best of 3, so let's see, maybe they're gonna do better next time. I'm gonna quit, exit to main menu, or I don't think I need a replay of this game, because it was pretty much obvious that Stalman won there. So let's see what people say in the chat. Color can't speak. Here's okay, sure, your color feed. Okay, minimap a bit sucks. Maybe it is. Yeah, right. I totally forgot that I put my webcam onto the minimap side. Let me put it on the other. on the other corner. Or maybe I put it on top. Yeah, I put it on top so the minimap will be visible. Sorry about that, but now it shall be fixed. Yeah, Volos was pretty much useless, and there is not much we can do about it. Stalman was basically facing the Bepa and another player on his own. So joining the room, and we have Bepa, Serb, and now we just need Stalman and Volos to be back. I'm not sure if they want to play or no, but we will see. Yeah, I agree that it was pretty much impossible to counter that attack from Bepa. So, Colorfit, do we have something interesting to share? Who is gonna play as well? So I'm looking at the grid, and what we have there is an F Doctor plus Red Bandit gonna play against the Lambo Tractor plus Ramco F or Ramco E. And then we have Petru, or nice, Petru is still playing Cossacks. Plus Nicola playing against Baton or Baton and Detron or Detrom. Then we have Bepa and Stalman, as we have seen, and Pudding Sokulu playing against Antoha and Nexus. I see, well, some of the players I still remember, others I don't remember, so we will see how they play. OnlyFans, move your cam to the top right, nothing there. Yes, absolutely, thanks for the suggestion, and I'm sorry that I didn't do that from the very beginning. I guess Colorfit is trying to negotiate with the Stalman, because Stalman probably does not want to play with Volos, because he's basically playing 1 against 2 with Bepa and Serb, but this is just my guess, I'm not sure. And meanwhile, what we can do is not actually much we can do here. I could propose to try to play something on my own, but I don't think it's gonna end up well, because at any time they can be back into the room and we have to join and spectate the game. I might put an announcement on my Discord to see if there will be some other people interested in the game to join. So bear with me, the screen probably gonna flicker when I alt-tab from the game, and we will see how it goes. And if you want to join my Discord about hardware, you're welcome to do that. You can search on me on YouTube. My channel is just called Mekunst, just like me. So okay, I am back. He is incapable. Oh yeah, well, I do agree that Volos was incapable. It is what it is. And I need to go back to the game. It is very annoying that the game is behaving like this when I'm trying to alt-tab, but I hope this is gonna be the last time I'm alt-tabbing. Yeah, okay, here we are. Let's see, we have Bepa and Serb again playing against Stalman and Volos. And what we have this time, Ukraine, let's see. So Stalman is red and he's playing as Ukraine. Bepa is blue and playing as Ukraine as well. This time we see that Denmark is a bit further apart, while Ukraine is a bit closer to each other. And we also see that the Bepa and Serb are much closer to each other compared to Stalman and Volos. I'm not sure if this is good or bad, because maybe it will give Volos a chance to actually develop and contribute into the battle, and Stallman will be able to protect him. But on the other hand, if they are too far apart, Stallman might not be able to save Volos if he is raided. And I think we will see Hetmans once again, and maybe some Sichovi Cossack to be able to capture some buildings. Let's support with a like. Yes, that would be very much appreciated if you support the stream with a like. Okay, so we see one Sichovi Cossack is already running for doing some raiding. Let's find, here it is, trying to do some damage, but they are gonna die immediately. These Ukrainian hetmans are way too powerful. Not sure why Stallman is going into Sichovi Cossack again instead of hetmans, because Bepa is going with hetmans again, and they are going to wipe out the base again. Of course, the dragoons, the mercenary dragoons, are very good against the hetmans, because hetmans do not have any protection against bullets. But I don't think it is gonna make a big of a difference, because it is way too little of those dragoons out of the diplomatic center. And here is a new batch of hetmans plus Ukrainian Serdyuks are going to Stallman's base, while Volos here is not even sure what he's doing. We see 3 barracks. Let's see if all of the barracks are actually producing units. Okay, some of them producing units and some of them are making upgrades. So something is going on. Town halls are producing peasants, which is nice. More upgrades here. And the stables are actually doing something, so not bad. But the question is, where is the diplomatic center? Is this? No, this is academy. Where is the diplomatic center? Where is the diplomatic center? It seems like Volos doesn't even know that he can build a diplomatic center and hire dragoons. So here it comes finally. And of course he's hiring dragoons. Meanwhile, we have here the first battle starting up, and on here we see that Serb is actually helping Bepa, and they are going to storm Stallman right now with Ukrainian Serdukes, mercenary dragoons, and hetmans. Stallman is trying to stand ground, but I'm not sure if this is gonna help, because as expected, Volos is pretty much useless again. That's pretty sad, because Stallman is a good player, and under other circumstances he might have had a chance. But when you're playing 1 against 2 with a pretty bad ally, well, too bad, and I think this match is over. Fortunately or unfortunately. Let's hope the next game will be a bit more balanced. Your legendary Discord moderator has arrived. That's good. Now it's balanced spawn should be good game. Wow, Colorfeed, I thought you are a girl. I have no clue why you think I am Colorfeed. I'm not Colorfeed. And whether Colorfeed is a girl or not a girl, you better ask them. I am here just invited by Colorfeed to stream this tournament because I have possibility and because I find it interesting. Anyway, as expected, both of the bases are completely raided by Bepa and Serb, and Stallman didn't have a chance. First, he was basically 1 against 2, and second, for some reason, he decided to go with the Sichovi Cossack or Sich Cossack again instead of the Hetmans. There is no way you can stand against the Hetmans if the capture is off and you cannot terrorize enemy opponent with quick raids using Sichovi Cossack. So why would you go for Sichovi Cossack instead of Hetmans? Anyway, the game is over and we going back to the main menu. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so waiting for the next game, and we see there is an F Doctor is trying to create his own room. I'm not sure if we are playing in here or Colorfeed is gonna create its own room for the tournament, but the room says GT tournament. I cannot join, unfortunately, because there is no space for me. So gonna wait to see what Color Fit is gonna decide. Maybe Color Fit is gonna make a new room, maybe not. But yeah, I do agree that Millions is a very quick game, and a slight mistake and you're over. Even 0 PT time gives you a bit more chance to recover, because you can suffer some damage, but if your opponent is later on is making mistake, you can recover. But with the Millions, you make one mistake and your base is vanished. Color Fit, if you want me to join the Dr. K game, I need a space there, because it is blocked and I cannot join for streaming. Of course, if they are not willing to let me join, I will have to live with that, and maybe drink some beer meanwhile. Yeah, Stallman produced useless siege Cossacks at the start, and I totally agree with that, and Volos was completely useless, so it's not just a problem of Volos, but if Stallman would be playing with someone who is a bit more decent, he might have got a chance, but it is what it is. And now we're moving on. I don't see any answer from Color Fit. Lol. Wallace said he didn't know what shift does. Well, I don't think such players are supposed to be in the tournament, but if he wants to play, that's fine. Maybe he just should have been playing with someone of his level, though. Colorfit, I still cannot join if I'm supposed to join there. Maybe I join this one and will be streaming it 4 against 4, 0 PT, 1K, no noobs. And I will be there, the biggest noob spectator. Let's see. No, really, I didn't know. Well, Wallace, it's not your fault that you didn't know. It's okay. We all learn as we play, and it is good that you joined tournament to learn how to use shift. To be honest, I didn't know about many shortcuts in the game for a long time, and only once I met Colorfit and started to play with good players, I was amused of how fast they are, and I started to ask how the heck you're doing that, and they just told me, like, you use keyboard shortcuts, it's not just mouse click and click. Okay, Colorfit is creating the game, so I'm joining the room. I'm supposed to be a spectator, and I am ready. So, who is gonna play this time? Now we have Nexus Fun Club, and this Fair Snow Nexus. Okay, so these are spectators. We have 3 Nexus here. Not sure what's going on here, but we have Nexus Fun Club. We have Fair Snow Nexus with large E or capital E, and 1 extra Nexus with a lowercase e. So Stallman is going to be playing random. No, I think they need to select a nation, or all of them are going to be spectators. Like, okay. So is it going to be half a dozen streams, or Colorfit is going to kick all of them? Yeah, seems like Colorfit has closed the room, and they're probably going to recreate the room. We will see. Thanks for the stream, gonna toss it onto the mobile while at work. Well, good luck at work and enjoy the stream. Maybe it's gonna be some entertainment for you while you are busy working. So in your room, I'm gonna be a spectator, I'm ready, and this time we have who is gonna be playing. It's Fun Club Nexus. Let me take a quick sniff into the scoreboard. I don't see Nexus at all. Okay, they are all spectators again. Colorfit, maybe you just need to kick them. And since we have Antoha here, I guess, let's see if I can find Antoha. Yeah, Antoha is supposed to play with Union Nexus, but I don't see Union Nexus here. And they are gonna be playing against V-Pudding plus Sokulu. And I don't see these either, so I'm not sure. The dude casting is me Kunst. Yes, exactly, that's me. So I'm just here as a guest, random guest, I would say. Maybe in the future, if I have more time and more interest to be back to play Cossacks, I will be streaming a bit more. But at the moment, this is just a random appearance. 5k 0pt only good role. I would argue about it, but 5k 0pt is a really nice role. You need to do lots of different micromanagement and figure out how to defend all of your angles, especially if your enemies have those quick siege Cossacks or other sorts of hussars which can raid you and disturb you all the way, or you can be one of those who are disturbing the enemy all the way. I can kick spectator. Okay, color fit. You can kick them to decrease the chance of the game to be crashed. Anyway, we can see that Colorfit has managed to play 2,383 wins and compare it to mine 288 wins, and you can see who is playing the game and who is just random coming in and out. V Pudding, I'm not aware if it's a good player or a bad player, but he is gonna play with Sokulu, I think. Let's see if Sokulu is here. I don't see Sokulu. Probably they need to kick someone, or maybe Sokulu is using a different nickname. I don't know, because we have 2 Denmarks and 2 Ukraine, or maybe there was a replacement of a player, but anyway, seems like everything is ready, all ok. I don't know, you tell me, Colorfit. Yes, I did do commentary for the official tournament from the Cossacks 3 developers, and back then the game was extremely buggy. Right now it is still very buggy, lots of bugs, lots of crashes, and after some let's say not very positive experience, I talked to the developers and said that if they want me to do more streams, they would rather fix some critical bugs, and they just let me understand that they don't give a shit about the game, and if I want to stream, I stream. If I don't want, it's my problem. So it is what it is, and we have what we have. Unfortunately, I would say there is no other game like Cossacks 3. There are many other interesting RDS games, but Cossacks 3 is a rather unique one. Like we have Age of Empires 4, which has just released. It's a very nice game for the RTS lovers, but it is far from Cossacks 3. You just don't get that experience in there. Anyway, Colorfit is asking for some extra time. I don't know why, so we're gonna wait for a little while. Okay, so V Putin is Fenrir. I see, so Fenrir, I remember him. He was a very decent player. Do I want to stream with Stallman? I don't think so, because if it would be from the beginning, I would have time to set up my headset and make sure that I have everything ready. But right now, it's going to be a mess. Like, we just go how we have it. Like, I don't have anything against Stallman, and I like to stream with someone who actually plays Cossacks and discuss stuff. It's all right, but just this time, I don't have setup ready, so... Shift is for sprinting, am I right? Yes, absolutely, shift is for sprinting. And in Cossacks you can sprint very, very fast, especially if you have siege Cossacks. So they sprint a lot. Anyway, guys, are we playing today or... Yeah, we are. Yeah, seems like we are gonna be playing today. And while the game screen loads, I'm gonna take some candies for myself. Age of Empires 2. I actually have never played Age of Empires 2. Okay, so it seems like we have a very interesting location, because we have here Nexus Fan Club. He is playing together with V Putin of Fenrir. And they are rather far apart, and it will be pretty hard for them to defend each other. While on the other hand, Another Nexus and Antoha are pretty close to each other, so they will be able to ally their forces together and maybe rush one player at a time. But at the same time, if a Fun Club is trying to harass Antoha, that might not be possible, but I find it very hard for Denmark to be able to harass Ukraine if Ukraine will get the hetmans. Again, we have a siege Cossack which is running for just discovery and spying around the territory. Here is another siege Cossack running. I think it was Control W, or how do I enable fog of war? Or was it Control F? Yes, Control F, it is fog of war, and we can see what the players see. So we can see that Putin or Fenrir has already discovered his Danish or Denmark opponent, and they are having fun here. It was some nice animations with them building there. And it might be that Fair Snow Nexus will be raided here unless Antoha is gonna help. It is very hard to defend against Ukrainian hetman's raids because these units are very strong. You can see it's just like one shot and a pikeman is dead, and we can observe it here. They're just gonna eat those pikes as a dinner, breakfast, and lunch, and meet the dog, whatever. And now they are back, and now it's gonna repeat. Yeah. Previously, people were defending themselves against those hetmans using officers, but these days, production of officer, yeah, you see, it is costing quite a lot, 150 gold, but it is the only way you can stand against Ukrainian hetmans, and they can also be upgraded to be able to withstand a bit more damage. Meanwhile, here we have some more raids. We see that Nexus Fair Snow has either quit or crashed, but we have Antoha playing against the two. Could be, but let's see. Well, they are saying GG. Useless map for my team. Okay, but Antoha has not quit yet, and he has some forces. So let's see what's gonna happen here. And this base is pretty much occupied with the hetmans, so the game moves on. I don't know why they are saying GG. Few guys from GSC promised Mac version in 2016. Yeah, they have promised lots of different things, but they don't care about what they promise. They also promised Stalker 3 or whatever they want to call it, but anyway, we can see that they have Putin or Fenrir has recaptured these buildings which are not fully constructed. So even though you cannot capture ready-made buildings, you can capture not fully constructed buildings, and he can finish these two barracks and this cathedral. And since he has got a town hall, he basically has got a double nation now. It is Ukraine plus Denmark, and here we have our fight. We'll see if Antoha will be able to do anything, because Fun Club Nexus is able to get his base back and now going to attack Antoha from the other side. I can actually enable the FPS counter so we can see how poorly this game performs, and I have Core i9 10850K with the AMD RX 6900 XT. So this is a pretty high-end setup, yet we are having less than 100 FPS in this simple game. So let's see what's gonna happen here. We see that the Dragoons from Fun Club are trying to harass Antoha, while Antoha was able to push Fenrir or Putin back to his base. Let's see. I don't think it is enough here. Actually, Antoha is doing pretty well. Let's try to switch to Antoha. Probably he's not going to win because he's just playing 1 against 2, but he is doing very well. He has already got a cannon, and he was able to push Fenrir into his base, and more cannons are coming here. So I would not be so sure who is gonna win here, but let's see how the cannons are doing here. Maybe some of the cannons will be recaptured now. It is pretty annoying that both of them are green and the green tone is very similar, but still we can somehow distinguish what's happening here. Yeah. And Fenrir or V Putin is pulling back and bringing his own cannons. Meanwhile, here a pile of dragoons are trying to enter Antoha's base. The base is empty. So let's see. Probably Antoha will not be able to pull it over with just one player against two, but he did much better than Stallman. Yeah. These dragoons are simply not going to let this base free. And these cannons are very vulnerable at the moment because they are behind all the enemy lines or behind all the friendly lines, and there is no one to protect them. So a few siege Cossacks would be able to capture all of these cannons. Just a little line of Ukrainian Serdukes, they are all gonna die now, and the cannons will be captured, and it's gonna be a GG. Yeah, Antoha admits the defeat, but it was a good game. I have to admit that Antoha did pretty well. Let's go back to the main menu. So, what's gonna happen next? Someone is asking for more players as usual, and color fit next game. Was it a question? I thought you were the tournament owner, tournament organizer. So you tell us, what is the next game? I have put out a laptop with 4 GB of RAM. Well, some games can be played on Potato laptop with 4 GBs of RAM, and it is like nowadays, even if you have Potato PC, you can enjoy PC gaming. It's not like 10-15 years ago where you need the latest computer to be able to enjoy PC gaming, because the advancement every year was so big that computer from last 2 years was just pretty much useless. So what do we have this time? This time we have got some sort of Napoleon which wants to play Saxony. I don't think color fit will permit that, and it's gonna be kicked. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we have some interesting questions to answer. I know I still follow what happens on the forum. I think it's not from me. Yeah, Mac version. We have already discussed that. Start of Cossack 3 officers were playable as well. Yeah, because it was Cossacks 1 basically. Overpowered, I would say. Well, officers at the beginning, they were pretty much overpowered, and when you were playing at about 10 PT time or 0 PT time, if you are not going to play with the officer spam, you're pretty much lost, because they had too much of a damage and armor at the start, and the pikeman could do nothing against them, but then they nerfed them, and the officers started to cost more and have less power and less armor. So what we have here this time, Antoha is green again, Nexus is red. This time we have a bit more balanced map, I would say. And Denmark goes against Denmark, Ukraine goes against Ukraine. So the map is very balanced, at least. Let's see how this time Antoha is going to face off with V Putin or Fenrir. Hopefully this time the game is gonna last for a bit longer, and we see that Nexus Fair Snow is doing a bit better than Nexus Fun Club. I'm gonna just call them Fun Club and Snow because these nicknames are annoying to read and pronounce. So my prediction would be that Antoha probably is going to push and dominate V Putin or Fenrir just based on the previous game. Antoha was a bit better, but at the same time I think that Snow is going to lose to Fun Club, and that is gonna play a major role because Antoha will have to split his forces to defend his ally. Let's see. We already see Hetman's spam from the both sides, So at least they're not going into useless Siege Cossacks. At least Siege Cossacks are pretty useless in this particular instance. Let me try to switch onto Antoha's side. Here we are. We can enable Fog of War, and we see that Antoha has already discovered where the enemy is, and he's pulling back his hetman, so the hetman is not gonna die for nothing. Meanwhile, Fenrir or V Pudding is trying to scout around as well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stables, and how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we have about the same configuration. I think they done their trades well, and Snow is this time trying to defend himself a bit better, or maybe it's because he just got a bit more time before V Pudding or Fenrir can reach him with hetmans. This time we have the dragoons, and dragoons can shoot the hetmans on the distance, but if the hetmans will get inside there, it will be over. Let's see what's happening here. And meanwhile, here we might have some sort of a war as well. Let's see if the dragoons are gonna stand ground against Siege Cossacks. These ones are dancing back and forth, back and forth. Of course, if you start the fight and you lose the fight, most likely it's gonna be end of the game. So they both are trying to make sure that they are entering the fight on their conditions when they want. Meanwhile, here we get in a fight, and I don't know why he's not putting his shooters or musketeers on top of this hill to get some extra advantage. Let's see, no fights here, so we're gonna look at this small one, and we can see that the hill is actually giving them some advantage, and they're shooting quite a lot of their enemy units. But simply I think this time Nexus Snow is just a little bit better, because more units were gathered at the same time together. And now he's gonna get the hill, which is very nice for him, and of course very disastrous for Fun Club. Do you see? He is useless, not Siege Cossacks. What this guy is talking about, Siege Cossacks are not useless, but they are useless in this particular instance because they don't have capture enabled. It's not possible to capture the buildings, and Siege Cossacks are useless against Ukrainian peasants, and they are useless against Ukrainian hetmans. So that's why Siege Cossacks are useless in this particular instance. They are not useless in general. So we are getting two fights, and I'm not sure who is gonna win which one, but since this one is bigger, we're gonna look at this one. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Artillery is shooting and hetmans are pretty much dead, and now it is dragoons and artillery against dragoons and artillery. Here is backup coming, so Antoha is doing not bad here. He's pushing Fenrir or V Putin onto his base as I predicted. But he shall not be overconfident, because Fenrir has lots of cannons over here. Let's see. Okay, so cannons are starting to destroy the buildings, which is nice. I think V Putin or Fenrir forgot to make buildings upgrade. Let's try to find him. Yes, he's just doing it now, and after the buildings upgrade, the buildings will be much harder to destroy. That's for sure. Let's see if Antoha will be able to pull a win this time, because it's still quite a lot of cannons and quite a lot of shooters, such as those Ukrainian Serdukes. And we are also getting a bunch of dragoons coming, but I think he is surrendering. Yes, okay, so this is 1-1. Antoha was able to score a win, and actually Nexus Snow did not bad on his side as well. So let's go back to the main menu and do the third game. Meanwhile, I can read some comments. Siege Cossacks better in these rules, they survive more shots, but they play Rush starts. Well, siege Cossacks are better when you already have dragoons to cover up your siege Cossacks against the enemy hetmans. But if you're sending your siege Cossacks to fight hetmans, this is just ridiculously stupid. Hello from Ukraine and hi back from Sweden. I believe Colorfeed is also sending you hi back from Great Britain. Let's see. Let's see. Do we have some more interesting comments? This commentator insulting Stallman best player. I'm not insulting anyone. I'm just commenting the game. And if someone is doing stupid things, I'm commenting on stupid things. If it is Stallman or Colorfeed, I don't bother. Okay, with Hetman's Musketeers useless. Musketeers are useless with Hetmans only if they are not upgraded. If you have Musketeers with upgraded fire rate and firepower, they will just murder all of the Hetmans. I will beat Stallman any day. Colorfeed, I'm not sure if you will or will not, but judging by the gameplay demonstrated by Stallman, I tend to believe you. So we again have a bunch of random people. I guess Colorfeed is gonna kick all of them. So let's see. The game is more complex than I remember. Well, at least you still remember. Last time, or rather yesterday, I decided to play a bit more, or a few matches after almost a year pause, and I basically didn't remember anything. I was like, what do I supposed to trade? Do I supposed to upgrade a mine? Or shall I go for this unit or for that unit? But memories are slowly coming back. So, on video is not Colorfeed. I am Kunst and I'm here a guest just to stream this Great T tournament. Nice, nice, hi, hi. Hi to everyone in the chat. I signed in only to ride, haha. Okay, well, it was worth signing in to ride, haha, I believe. So while the game loads, I will take some Swedish öl. Okay, let's investigate what we have this time. Nexus and Antoha are staying together pretty close, but this time we have Fun Club and Putin are staying pretty far apart, and Ukraine goes against Denmark, and here we again have Ukraine against Denmark. It's a rather interesting combination, we will see. But at the same time, if Putin decides to rush here and destroy Denmark, then Antoha is pretty close so he can help. Let's see where are the gold mines. Here is one. How do I switch to the red one? Okay, so here is one gold mine and there shall be more. I remember there was some bug in the game that sometimes it was rendering one less mine that's supposed to be. I don't see any more gold mines, and it's not that much important when you play in millions, but still, I don't like when the game is buggy. So Siege Cossack is running here. We can enable Fog of War. Siege Cossack is visible. And here is coming one more Siege Cossack. This one is friendly, also running from Antoha. Now Antoha is gonna defend himself from Siege Cossack, and here we can see how Hetman is going to kill the Siege Cossack, of course, if the Siege Cossack will end up in a fight. Seems like it was some sort of a desynchronization, and Siege Cossack just decided to suicide. Yeah, as expected, we see that V Putin is trying to rush Denmark and destroy it at the start, while Antoha is coming here for the rescue. Let's see how it's gonna go. And V Putin is pulling back because you shall not fight 1 against 2. I think Antoha is going to pull back here as well, otherwise he will lose his hetmans, or maybe he forgot about them. Yeah, seems like he forgot about them and he's going to lose this little bunch or this little pile of hetmans. Let's see what's gonna happen here, because hetmans are coming in a much larger quantities or much larger numbers this time. And Fun Club is coming with backup of his dragoons. Let's see if they're gonna attack from both sides. And since it is 1-1, the winning team in this game will move on in the tournament, I guess. I don't know all the rules, if the losers can still keep playing and then you just count the score, or it is elimination. Okay, let's try to focus on the game, and I will read the chat while the game will be loading, or we will be waiting. I think I'm going to switch to Antoha because he is so far the most interesting to observe. He is getting the artillery depot. He has already got 2 of them and even more under construction. Actually, he has already got 3. And now the cannons are gonna come. And they are trying to rush V Putin, which makes sense because V Putin is a better player. And V Putin also has hetmans and he is getting his artillery. If a cannon is able to shoot with buckshot in the enemy lines, they can just make a whole lot of damage. It's very important to keep distance of those cannons and try to approach them right after the cannon has shot the cannonball, so it is reloading or recharging time. Let's see what they have in the upgrades. So in the upgrades, they still do not have the building's strength. And here Antoha is not managing well his hetmans and just losing them for the dragoon shoots for no good reason. Cannons are shooting here again and they are pulling back and forth. This sort of dance is what you have to do to be able to win a match, because you need to enter the battle on your own terms and when you are ready to do that, not when your opponent is ready. Seems like on this side V Putin is no, I thought V Putin would be able to smash this side, and maybe he will, maybe not, but Antoha is doing pretty well, I have to say. He was able to defend his base largely thanks to the cannons. And here we have got the multi-barrel cannon. Yeah, multi-barrel cannons are extremely deadly against Ukraine, because Ukrainian units do not have any armor, and as far as I know, it is only round shears that you can hire from the diplomatic center would be the only armored unit for Ukraine. Maybe I am wrong, but that's what I remember. So let's see how it goes here. Seems like Antoha is able to pull another win, which would be very nice for him and not very nice for V Putin. Let's see if they're gonna surrender or if it's gonna continue like this, because the base is almost blocked and V Putin does not have any more possibilities to continue construction, and resources will run out sooner or later. At the same time, we see that Fun Club is still have his base under control and trying to help V Putin. Oh, this is shit lots of cannons. Let's see what's gonna happen. But because these units are not going in formations, the cannons are not as devastating. Of course, they're still killing quite some units and the hetmans are rushing in. The hetmans will murder all of these 18th century pikes, like just 1, 2, and all the pikes are dead. And now the cannons are unguarded, but there is no one to capture them, so it is a GG. V Putin surrenders, and my congratulations for Antoha for winning this match. They started with losing a game and then pulled a win twice. So let's take a look at the statistics for someone who is interested, because this was a nice game, I think. We can see that Antoha has got his stable upgrade, the Forge Harness, later than V Putin, but still he was able to pull the win. And here is the balloon. And let's see if there are more balloons on the enemy side. No, I don't see if they made balloon at all. Maybe they didn't really need it. Anyway, it was a nice game, and we are back to the main menu. Let's see what we have in the chat. Is Millions game? Yes, it is Millions game. Commentator bias. Who is the commentator? It is Midkunst. I'm a guest here on Colorfit's channel. Nice shirt, Ukrainian Vyshyvanka. Yes, exactly. It's Ukrainian handmade traditional shirt called Vyshyvanka. Colorfit, can you just put it on the title or something? Yeah, I almost thought we had a 2-in-1 face and voice reveal. It can't be Colorfit. Colorfit is a girl. Well, I think my game decided to alt tab, so I need to go back. Okay, I'm back. So. Are there gonna be any more games? Fenrir won, GG. Okay. Well, I think Colorfit is gonna decide who won and who lost. So, Colorfit, maybe we will start earlier. It is Ramis or Ramis, not sure what's the correct pronunciation, and I don't know who are they playing with. Let me see, I have got here the tournament board, but I don't see any Ramis in there. And I'm not sure if we're gonna get any games soon. I'm waiting for a confirmation from Colorfit. And I think we must wait for 2 hours. In that case, I will have to log off and finish the stream here, but I will wait for confirmation from Colorfit. Maybe we can play some friendliness. 4 against 4, 0 PT, 5k. Well, if you want to laugh at my disabilities, we can do that, or I can just be a spectator and streamer and see how you're murdering everyone on the field. Meanwhile, it's time to take some more beer because my throat is drying up. Wait. Okay. Waiting for Colorfit's decision. If there will be a game, I will probably stream for a little longer. Otherwise, I have lots of stuff to do and prepare. You know, year ends and you have to do presents, gifts, cleaning, packing, all that sort of stuff. So, let's see. 4 versus 4, 0 PT, 5k, that's a regular stream on your channel, Colorfit. Yes, I think this is the favorite settings for streaming for Colorfit. I'm not sure, but I think so. Okay, so Colorfit is checking if there will be enough players, or maybe someone from the tournament is gonna join. And Ramis is Baton or Baton. Okay, so what I see from the tournament grid, Baton is teaming up with D-Tron and playing against Petru with Nikola. I'm not sure who is Nikola and if it's a good player or a bad player, but I remember that both Baton and D-Tron were quite good, and Petru at some time was very good. Not sure if he's still very good. Anyway, seems like Colorfit is starting a random game, so I'm gonna get ready and see if there will be some players for one more game. We continue playing at 21 p.m. Central European Time or London time. 0 PT 5k game begins. Okay. What's the best beer you ever had? I had so many of them. I don't remember which one was the best. Baton, you can play 9 p.m. CET. I think for Baton, if he is from Ukraine, it is going to be rather late. And if he is from Russia, it's going to be even later. But let's see. If there will be enough players, I will try to stream this game. Otherwise, we'll see you some other day. Yes, but I would do something else instead of waiting. Color does really murder everyone on the field. Oh, Color doesn't really murder everyone on the field. We learned how to fight back. Okay, welcome in, Alex, and show us how to fight back. That would be an interesting match to spectate. Because when Colorfit is losing, you can see the agony. It's always some small buildings, market and town hall in the last available corner of the map. At least it was like that when I was playing. I'm at work in office, I told you this morning. Well, people don't prevent you to play games at work at the office, right? And you must have a computer at office. So, welcome in. But I'm just kidding. I understand that work is important. Sorry, I didn't correlate that it was the same Alex. Baden is complaining that the tournament grid was not ready-made in time. Color restart stream for 4 versus 4. I would have to make grids and options. Okay, so are we starting or no? Seems like we have got all the slots occupied. Let's see. Team's supposed to be 1-2-1-2. So let's see. Colorfit is gonna be 1. And then Serb is gonna be 2. And then it's supposed to be 1-2-1-2. Or Serb was kicked or quit. Okay, I think this is gonna be it for today. Thanks everyone for joining the stream. I hope you like the games. And I think Antoha showed us some really nice gameplay. And if I will have a chance, I will be a more frequent guest on Colorfit's channel. For now, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.